Sheffield United are back in the Premier League, but they face an uphill battle if they don't want to get relegated right back down to the Championship. Which is why today we're going to take over the Blades and conduct a realistic rebuild. So this is the default starting 11 that we do have here on FIFA 23 with the Blades. Let's be 100% here. This team, probably not good enough to stay up in the Prem. It's going to be a tough slog. But we have recalled every player back from loan and released and got rid of players that have left in real life, which I was surprised to see Billy Sharp along that list. And we have scoured every corner of the internet to figure out every player that has been transfer linked with Sheffield United. Let's get into it. I really want to make sure we avoid relegation by any means necessary this season, starting off with our first signing being a Turkish goalkeeper here in Ergasan Sakir, who is going to join us from the Turkish league. I'm hoping this guy can help us keep 1,000,000 clean sheets. Our next signing spent last season on loan at Sheffield United, and it is going to be James McAtee. He spent last year on loan at Sheffield United and has been strongly linked with a move back to Bramall Lane. We're going to make that happen. It's nice to see the return of a familiar face. James McAtee, welcome back to Sheffield United. Pep Guardiola did give us to him for a pretty decent fee here, £2.9 million, bit of a bargain. Cheers, Pep. We have had our first player departure of the video though. Some Sheffield United fans might not love this, but it is Ben Osborne searching for more game time at Fenerbahce. And it is an identical situation here with George Baldock. I do plan on having Bogle as our starting right back for this season, so we're going to send him to Brentford. There is an extreme amount of young players in this Sheffield United side. Harrison Neal fits the mold and we're sending him off on loan for the year. We have made a really solid signing here at the left back position. It is going to be for the Greek defender, Konstantinos Tsimikas, who's joining us here from Liverpool for 10.5 mil. I am stoked about that signing. I've spent a lot of time debating about what we should do with the striker role, but ultimately I've decided we need a little bit more of an upgrade here. Which is why we have signed Habib Diallo from Strasbourg. This dude's been linked a lot in the past few weeks. We're going to make him a Sheffield United player, and I'm hoping that +5 upgrade is going to be the difference between promotion or survival and relegation this year. First Premier League game of the season. This is going to be a real indicator against Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham side.
Top spur.
How are we going to go on the opening day of the Premier League season? Please get a point. We get a 3-0 win on the opening day of the Premier League season. Nah, that is awesome. We're going to win the Premier League, lads. But after the opening transfer window, this is the team we have for this first season with Sheffield United. Haven't gone crazy in terms of transfers, but I think we've improved where we needed to. Now the big question, are we going to be in the relegation battle? Let's go find out. Yep, that Tottenham game was not a fluke, but we are definitely in the relegation battle. 10 draws though is killing us. 10 draws. We've got one more loss than third placed Manchester United. It's the draws that are killing us. We don't have the craziest amount of money to go and buy a world-class player here, but we are going to bring back another player who was on loan at the club last year. And that is going to be Tommy Doyle. The centre midfielder is going to join us here from Manchester City. And once again, Pep Guardiola has been rather generous. Oh, that is a massive relief, ladies and gentlemen. We have finished 17th here in the Premier League, and we have avoided relegation by 4 points. 15 draws is actually ridiculous. That record is crazy. 7 wins, 15 draws, 16 losses, but we're going to be in the Premier League next season. Scrolling up the table, Nottingham Forest had a great season, but the champions are going to be Liverpool. Tottenham have won the FA Cup over Fulham. This video is already not realistic. Tottenham have won a trophy. LOL. Man City took down Nottingham Forest to win the Carabao Cup. We actually lost to Nottingham Forest in the semi-finals. We went on a cup run. Bayern Munich are the Champions League winners. Fenerbahce have won the Europa League, so our former guy that we sold to Fener has won European silverware. And Villarreal have taken... Fiorentina always lose in the Conference League in Season 1, like in real life. I can't talk right now, lads. Diallo is the reason that we have survived in the Premier League. Habib Diallo, did he win the Golden Boot? Diallo came second in the Golden Boot race behind Raheem Sterling. In a relegation battling team, Diallo came second in the Golden Boot race. That is ridiculous. I'm going to say it, lads. Signing of the season. But we are going to be letting the contract of Jordan Amisa expire here. 54 rated, age 21. We could go and get a free agent that's better than him. But that is season 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. We survived relegation. Now it's time to push on and avoid second season syndrome. But lads, if you are enjoying this Sheffield United rebuild so far and you aren't already subscribed, make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. We are so close now to 500,000 subscribers. Look, let's be real. It doesn't take much for me to get excited over a transfer, but this is a transfer that I am indeed excited about. David Carmo linked with Sheffield United. I was surprised when I saw this initial report, but I'm going to capitalize on that and bring him to the club. We've signed him from Porto for £17.2 million. Trying everything I can do to avoid second season syndrome, because I'm not going to lie, lads, I'm a little nervous.
Starting to get a bit shaky, you know? I mean, I'm a little bit worried.
It's no surprise to see we've got some bigger clubs coming in here for Diallo, but there is no chance that I'm selling the Senegalese superstar. I've been trying to get this dude a loan move. We couldn't get anybody coming in from last season, but Daniel Jebison's off on loan to Levante. And our first permanent transfer of the season is going to come through as we sell Reece Norrington-Davies to VFL Bochum. One thing I love to do in these realistic rebuilds is to raid relegated clubs. And we're going to do that here again, as we're going to sign Cullen from Burnley, bringing the defensive midfielder in for £8.6 million. And we'll also wait to see about the other signing that I'm very excited about. We're going to have a player leave on loan, and that is going to be Brewster, who's off to Lazio for the year. Sheffield United really has a bunch of young, quality strikers. But this is the other transfer that I'm over the moon about. Bournemouth, relegated to the Championship. Philip Billing, we're going to get him for £2 million under his market value. That is a crucial addition here if we're going to stay up this season. Loan season is well and truly in full swing though. Antoine Hackford is off to Preston North End. And Oliver Ablaster is off to the Romanian League for 2 years. It doesn't stop there though, as Ismaila Koulibaly is off to PSV. And the 59 rated Frankie Maguire is off to CD Lugo. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together here. Sheffield United, is that Frankie Maguire? Is he related to Harry Maguire? I need to find the answer out of this one, lads. Okay, it doesn't look like it's Harry Maguire's brother. It could be like his cousin or something though. Here we go. Is Frankie Maguire related? No relation. Okay, mystery solved. I don't know if you've gathered this, lads, but I'm terrified about second season syndrome creeping in. Our team is definitely a lot better than it was last season, but I just never trust FIFA and never trust myself. Let's go see how we're going halfway through the season. I have kept a little bit of money in our back pocket just in case we have to make some emergency transfers. I feel like this is the exact same position we found ourselves in last year. However, we are a lot better off in terms of points, mainly because Brentford and Middlesbrough are having absolute stinkers. So we just need to make sure we stay steady to the course, and hopefully we're going to stay out of the second season syndrome picture. I'm not going to go crazy though, lads. I'm going to save the money that we have and save it for next year. And it's proven to be an effective strategy because we have comfortably survived the relegation battle here. In fact, the relegation battle wasn't even close. Leeds, Brentford, and Middlesbrough comfortably down to the Championship. We did finish on 42 points, however. Nottingham Forest are having a good video, but it's Liverpool going back to back as Premier League champs. Newcastle United take down Bournemouth to win the FA Cup. Manchester United defeating Stoke to win the Carabao. Inter Milan stopped Bayern Munich from going back-to-back in the Champions League. Villarreal climb their way up and win the Europa League. And it is Newcastle United getting their first piece of European silverware as they win the Conference League. Ollie McBurney proving to be the hero of this season though. What I was doing for a large chunk of the season was having McBurney and Diallo up top with NDI playing center attacking mid because, to be honest, McAtee, he's not really living up to expectations at the moment, so we might have to reassess how we go with the future of the attacking midfield position. We are going to be saying goodbye though to Chris Basham. He's been at Sheffield United for quite some time now, but he is leaving. 61 overall, 35 years of age. It's about time he calls it a day. We need ourselves a top quality attacking midfielder. We need to take that next step. And in recent history, Sheffield United have had a bit of a track record of scouting and trying to sign players from both France and Scandinavian countries. So I'm going to lean into that and try signing Luka Sucic, who is currently applying his trade at Strasbourg, which is where Diallo used to play. £28 million is what we're going to offer for the young Croatian. They want 30, and you know what? I am happy with that. We need a marquee player. We need somebody that's really going to deliver us up to the mid-table and further for the future. Now we're just going to have to wait and see if we can get him into the club.
A few moments later.
And there it is, the big transfer we were after. I am over the moon about this. He's young, he's got potential, and he suits exactly what we're looking for. Luka Sucic, or Sucic, I'm going to go with that. Welcome to Sheffield United, my man. And whilst we have our first player in this season, we now officially have our first departure. Max Lowe wanted out last season. I held on to him, but now we're officially going to let him leave. I didn't even notice this last season, but Brewster came back from his loan spell and grew quite nicely to a 75 overall, which is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on now. And you know what? That's actually affected this decision right here. Ollie McBurney, he had a great season last season, but I don't plan on having him as our starting striker. So let's get rid of him whilst he's at the peak of his powers. He's our 4th string striker, so we've sold him to Fenerbahce. Now this really is the best of both worlds. We've signed a Swedish defender from the French league. It is Gabriel Gudmundsson, who is going to join us here from Lille. I want to keep the faith here with McAtee, but I think it's best for him if he has some game time elsewhere. So we're going to send the young Englishman on loan to Bilbao for the year. Another player loaned out here in William Osula. This really is a last chance for Harrison Neal. If he doesn't come back as a decent prospect, I'll probably sell him next season. We are going to make our 3rd transfer of the window though. It is young Noan Kenner, who is playing currently for Hibs in the Scottish League. He looks like a young prospect here who could be a decent defensive midfield option for us in the future. So we're going to sign him for £2 million. It's nothing crazy, but I'm trying to keep one eye on the future whilst we focus on the present as well. This is going to be a really interesting season. Are we going to take that next step, or are we going to continue to be in the relegation battle? I really want us to get out of that relegation battle and start becoming a serious threat. Very curious to see what is happening come January 1st. You know what? I can't be too upset with that, lads. We're currently sitting 12th. It's the draws, though. The draws are killing us. The draws are absolutely killing us. We have as many losses as Arsenal, and we're sitting 12th. That is frustrating. Let's get ourselves locked in for the second half of this season. Ronnie Edwards is way too good to be playing in the 3rd division, so we're going to sign the young English defender here, Ronnie Edwards from Peterborough United for £5 million. Nah, I've just noticed his value has just been tanked.
I like it.
His value was like $4.5 million, and it's just tanked to 2.9. That is disrespectful, FIFA. That is disrespectful. We're going to show you. Mate, these realistic rebuilds are such a grind. I mean, it is realistic though. We're slowly building our way up the Premier League table, and this is our best season to date as we finish 12th in the Premier League with Sheffield United. Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and Luton Town. Nottingham Forest have been going well in this video. That is a surprise to see them going down. Who won the Prem? Is it going to be Liverpool again? It is not. It is Manchester City. I am not surprised to see that. Liverpool did win the FA Cup, however, and it is Man City winning the Carabao Cup. Wait, we haven't had a good season in any of these cups. We lost to bloody Morecambe in the 3rd round. Real Madrid take down Juventus to win the Champions League. Arsenal win the Europa, and it is Eintracht Frankfurt winning the Conference League for the 2nd time in their club history. Man, maybe we need to get ourselves a new striker. 11 goals from both of our strikers. DA, I don't know, man. I think I probably might look to move on Diallo next season. A couple of big name players, though, leaving the club. We've got Adam Davies, John Fleck, who is retiring, and Ollie Norwood, who is departing the club on a free. Thank you for your service, gentlemen. Next season, though, lads, we need to take things up a gear. We don't want to be mid-table side. We need to make a push for European football in Season 4. We have got ourselves the man that I'm hoping is going to be our star striker for the future here, Nicholas Jackson. We've broken our club record transfer to get him of £41 million. Unintentionally, we keep signing Senegalese players, but I do not care because Nicholas Jackson looks like an absolute superstar. Also, I forgot to check this last season, but James McAtee came back and got a +5 growth after his season at Bilbao, so I think he's earned his way back into the starting 11. He was an absolute superstar for us in the first season, but it is time to say thank you and goodbye to Habib Diallo. He's 30 years of age. He's not scoring like he once was. We're going to send him to Wolves. We're also going to be saying goodbye to Simicas, who is off to Villarreal. A lot of the Season 1 superstars packing their bags. We have decided to convert Sander Berge here to a center defensive midfielder. I'm changing up the formation, so I want to have Berge still in this squad. This was a difficult transfer to make. Billing has been solid for us since he signed on from Bournemouth, but with the new formation change, it was between him or Cullen, and I just decided it was probably best if Billing was the man to leave. We get 15 mil, and we now have a lot of money to make a massive signing here in our midfield. And whilst we're in talks to sign an English center defensive midfielder, we're going to send one out on loan here. It is young Kenner heading to Burnley. I'm keeping you guys on edge. We've got another loan move here. It's Antoine Hackford headed to Levante. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have beaten out a bunch of teams, including Sassuolo and Lazio, to get ourselves a new defensive midfielder. We have really lacked, I think we've lacked in meeting our English quota. So we're going to go ahead here and sign Oliver Skip. He's been over at Monaco for the past few years. We're going to bring him back to England and get the English defensive midfielder into our squad. We have paid £30 million for him. I'm so excited for this year, lads. I just feel like there's a shifting in momentum and a shifting in the water. No longer do I feel like that we should be like, if we made European football be overperforming. I feel like our team is really balanced right now. It's a big first half of the season for a lot of players in this squad, like McAtee, even like Carmo and Sakir, but I'm really excited to see where we are come January. Fingers, toes, and just about everything across to make sure and hope that it is European football. It's nice to see that we're actually this side of the mid-table. We currently sit 7th. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to draw our attention to the fact that we draw so many games. 8 draws, 3 losses. Oh my, we've had less losses than first and second place. It is doing my head in. But I don't want to settle. I want us to push and push in this second half of the season. Let's go do some business here in January. And with Ahmed Hozic out with a broken ankle, I think it is a necessity that we go in for a new centre back. And with Fulham's unfortunate relegation to the Championship last season, I think this is a very sensible and realistic transfer. Tosin Adarabioyo, I don't know if he's going to be the man that's going to be the defender when we win a Champions League, but I think he's really going to serve us a purpose this year. 82 rated Englishman, and he's hungry to be back in the Premier League. Welcome, Tosin. When I saw this, there was no other option. I had to do it, lads. He's a former Sheffield United player. It is Harry Maguire. He's available next season on a free transfer. Why not? Why not get him back to the club on a free, get us some squad depth, get us some experience. I think this is a really suitable transfer. Harry Maguire will be joining us next season on a free back at Sheffield United. We have finished 7th in the Premier League this season, but we weren't even close. We were on 56 points, 13 points behind Manchester United. Meanwhile, Liverpool have won another Premier League title.
Another one.
But at least, I think that means we play Conference League dependent on other results from this season. Relegated sides, though, are going to be Southampton, Bournemouth, and Burnley. Oh, we're definitely playing European football next year. We're going to be playing Europa League next season because we have won the FA Cup. That is the first trophy in our trophy cabinet for this Sheffield United rebuild. Did we win the Carabao? No, we didn't. Chelsea won the Carabao. Champions League winners are going to be Roma. PSV take down Napoli to win the Europa League. I'm really curious to see how we go in that tournament next year. Meanwhile, it is Lazio winning the Conference League. Our 2 strikers having great seasons. NDI getting 21 goals and Nicholas Jackson with 20 goals to his name in his first season at Sheffield United. The Senegalese strikers are superb. Again, 3 players that have been here since day one are leaving the club. Wes Fotheringham, John Egan, who was our club captain, and Jack Robinson, all leaving due to old age. Here he is, lads. The man that we've been waiting for, dreaming for, desperately. It's Slabhead Maguire, back where it all began. Once again, a Sheffield United player. I think it's time for us to go and upgrade the goalkeeper position here. Now, this could be deemed controversial, but I'm going to go in for Jordan Pickford. He's been at Everton for almost a decade by this stage, and he wants to win some silverware. He's 84 rated. He's entering the prime of a goalkeeper's career. Jordan Pickford joining us here at Bramall Lane for just £20 million. He's Danish, he's from the French League, and he's ready to take the next step in his career. It is going to be Morten Højlund joining us here from RC Lens. So excited to have the 84 rated defensive midfielder at Sheffield United. Good to get another loan move here though for Daniel Jebison. This year he's off on loan to Monaco. Hopefully we can get him past the 75-76 range. Once again, trying to follow my policy of trying to sign emerging talents as they develop, and it is going to be the Greek attacking midfielder Memnos Dimitriou joining us here from Swansea City. God, we're in a weird spot right now. We've got players that are superstars. Jackson, Sukic, Højlund, Skip, these guys. But then we need growth in other areas. McAtee, NDI, Adarabai. I don't know how we're going to go this year. I'm hopeful, but I'm also nervous on the other hand. And here is our Europa League group. Honestly, it's not too bad of a group. Hoffenheim, of course, Stade Bucharest. These are some okay sides. But I expect us to top this group. I really do. This is where we want to be, lads. This is where the Blades need to be. We are currently sitting 4th in the Premier League right now, and we want Champions League footy next year. We deserve Champions League footy next year. And you know what? We're going to get Champions League footy next year. Whether we do it in the Prem, or I'm going to say, hopefully by the Europa League. Are we still alive in the Europa League? We went undefeated in our group. Oh, this has been a great first half of the season. Keep the good times rolling. I mean, we even got Manager of the Month. It's going brilliantly. You love to see it. It comes down to the final day, but we finish 2nd in the Premier League, meaning automatic qualification to next year's Champions League. 1 point separated 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but we finished top of the pile. Only 6 points behind Manchester City. But the good thing about this second half of the season, we didn't get a million draws. I was really worried about that. Scrolling down the Premier League table though, Nottingham Forest have had such an up and down video, but it's going to be Aston Villa, Norwich and Fulham all relegated. Again, that probably came down to the final day. We do add an FA Community Shield to our trophy cabinet as we took down Liverpool earlier in the season. Wolverhampton have won an FA Cup. Arsenal are going to win the Carabao Cup. We actually made it to the quarterfinals there where we lost to Newcastle on pens. Atletico Madrid are this year's Champions League winners. I am so excited to see how we do there. We've won the Europa League. Get in there, lads. We take down Inter Milan in the final. What was our route? So round of 16, we took down Royal Antwerp 3-2. Quarterfinals, we comfortably took care of Sevilla. Semi-finals, we took down PSG. That is a massive scalp. And then Inter in the final, that gives me a lot of hope. And also a lot of confidence for next year's Champions League. And it is Marseille winning the Conference League. NDI, what a stud. NDI and Nicholas Jackson have both had incredible seasons here. 29 and 25 goals. Sukic with 20 goals, 7 assists. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Love it. And for the first time in a while, we don't have any superstar players retiring this year. I'm just going to let 3 players that are kind of not developing as much as I want them to. And we've got depth in their positions. We don't really need these guys, so we're going to let them walk. It has taken us longer than I expected, but Season 6 will see Sheffield United finally in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League now, lads. We need superstars. And we have found ourselves a superstar attacking midfielder. Harvey Elliott was at Bayern Munich, but he was stuck behind Kai Havertz. So it makes sense for him to want to return to England and join up with us here, get more game time, and hopefully deliver us a Champions League title. I am so excited by this transfer. Harvey Elliott, he looks good in the red and white of Sheffield United. Welcome to Bramall Lane, my friend. I think this is a very, very realistic and sensible signing here. We've got a superstar left back in Aymeric Laporte who's going to play a leadership and superstar role for us. He's been there, done that, won the Champions League, won almost everything in English football. We're going to sign him from Inter Milan, and he's going to help guide the lads that are going to be going through their first Champions League campaign and show them how to handle the European and English season. And after this signing, I think that declares us broke. We have spent almost every single pound in the bank to make our final signing here. Gabin Lefebvre. I don't know how to pronunciate this guy's name, and I honestly don't care. As long as he can perform for us as a backup role here to Bogle, then I'm chilling. But we have brought him up from QPR. Another year, another loan for Hackford. This year he's off to the mighty Fulham FC. Is this team capable of winning a Champions League title? We're going to find out. It is extremely balanced, which I like. There is backup in just about every position. Our reserves are solid. We've really crafted a solid team, but it's time to see whether it can be capable of something special.
I am Jose Mourinho.
We've got a tough Champions League group though. We have signed a fair few players. We've done a bit of business here with AS Monaco, so we're going to see if that worked in our favor or against us. We've got AS Monaco, RB Salzburg, and Shakhtar Donetsk. But we can add a UEFA Super Cup to our trophy cabinet. We beat Atletico Madrid, which has given me even more confidence. Yep, doing business with AS Monaco has paid off superbly. We have qualified, and Monaco have not. Monaco finished third, RB Salzburg in second. We're in the knockout round of the Champions League here this season, season number 6. And in the round of 16, our opponent is FC Porto. Okay, I can live with that. FC Porto, meanwhile, Salzburg get Barcelona. A lot of big clubs floating about, but we've got Porto. It's not going to be easy, but I've definitely had harder round of 16 opponents. I've definitely just put a lot of karma onto us and we're about to lose 7-0. Got to lock in a little bit here, though, in the Premier League, lads. We're sitting 4th right now, so we're still in the Champions League for next year. But look at the draws. I feel like draws have been the bane of my existence in this video. Absolutely horrible. We've got a lot of players that we need to renew contracts with and not much money to do it with. This might be tough. And I've just realized Harry Maguire is retiring at the end of the season. Wouldn't it be superb if we could win a Champions League title with Harry Maguire for his last ever game? All right, I got a little bit more focused now. Whew, all right. I'm a little angsty about this one, but it is time for the big one. Round of 16, first leg away in Portugal, taking on FC Porto. Can we get ourselves a first leg lead here? We do not. We get ourselves an equalizer at the death there. 1-1 against FC Porto. All right, here we go, lads. We're at Bramall Lane. We need to come out and get the result in front of our home fans. We need to win. Everything hangs in the balance here. Come on, lads. Sheffield United versus FC Porto. And we come away with a late win. Sucic is going to get us through to the Champions League quarterfinals. But my God, I do not feel confident about it. Maybe we made a mistake signing Aymeric Laporte. He has already gone down 2 overall. I did not think it would be that quick. We barely scraped past Porto. We're not going to be able to carry that same mentality and that same kind of casualness into this game because it is Real Madrid. It is the big time, lads. We need to wake up and step up. What are we made of? Quarterfinals, first leg here at the Santiago Bernabeu. They've got an insane team as you would come to expect. What do we have? What do we have in the locker? We have a 2-2 draw in the locker. I can live with that. We got lucky not to be behind though because Lautaro Martinez, like he does, misses a penalty. Big blow though. Morten Hjulmand is out for the second leg, our star defensive midfielder. I'm not going to lie, lads. This is terrifying. This is a really nerve-wracking spot to be in. This is either going to make or break us. I mean, it's all tied up. We're into the second leg here at home. We've got Sander Berge into the starting 11. Can we get it done against Real Madrid? We do! That's why we signed him. That's why we paid the big bucks. Harvey Elliott is going to score the goal that gets us through to a Champions League semi-final. Get in there, you beautiful man. An all-English affair here in the Champions League semi-finals. They've bought a few players from them. Pep Guardiola has done us a solid on many occasions, but I'm not going to be repaying the favour. We've got Man City. We're at home here for the first leg. Full-strength starting 11 on the pitch. We've won every knockout round game at home so far, but this is the first time we've had the home game up first, and I'm hoping that means we don't get a draw, and I'm also hoping that means that they don't win it, but they've got an insane side. Alphonso Davies, Tonali, Haaland. I expect nothing less. The scoreline is a Harvey Elliott, I love you.
No.
2 goals for Harvey Elliott. And we have the advantage. And not only do we have the advantage, I've got a lot more confidence because we dominated them in the stats. Also, ignore that little dance I did just before. I don't know what that was. This is unfamiliar territory for us. We have the lead heading into the second leg, but we cannot relax. 2-1 up. Can we get ourselves a result here and get ourselves through to a Champions League final? It's against Manchester City. And the scoreline's a 2-0 win. We dominate again. Harvey Elliott's in incredible form. Haaland missed a penalty for City. And we are heading to a Champions League final. I've got so much more confidence now. Oh my God. So we're going to be facing another juggernaut here of world football. This is good though. Harvey Elliott has been in career best form, and he's facing his former side in Bayern Munich, the side that decided to start Kai Havertz over him for the majority of his time there. The chip on the shoulder, the opportunity to win a Champions League and to send Harry Maguire off as a champion. Taking a look around the grounds is Manchester United winning the Europa League. Stuttgart take down RC Lens to win the Conference League. We have finished 4th here in the Premier League. Man City just behind us, but we're going to be playing Champions League football again next season, which I'm stoked about. And the relegation battle, Nottingham Forest have either been in the relegation zone or pushing for European football, and there has been no in between. They almost made the the Europa League for next year, but West Ham won the FA Cup. We actually lost to Nottingham Forest in the semi-final, and Manchester United take down Coventry City to win the Carabao Cup. And of course, we already knew this, but we won the Super Cup at the start of the year. No crazy goals or assists this year, just a lot of solid performances all over the board. Jackson with 21, and Ndiaye with 17, Harvey Elliott 10, Sukic 10, Brewster 10 off the bench, which you'll love to see. It's been a pretty consistent season all around, but I'm so excited to use these lads in a Champions League final and to hopefully get Slabhead a Champions League winners medal to finish a pretty illustrious career. It is a rainy night here in Paris, but it doesn't matter. We don't mind because we have the opportunity to become European champions. It's a good ball there. Caught them lacking. Elliott going back. Oh, we've let it go through the legs. Get the shot off. There it is. We get the lead. 7 minutes into it. Our silky smooth passing play has paid off, and we've got ourselves an early go-ahead goal. Oh, Sane's dummy for pace here against Goodmanson. Just jockeying, holding down that X button. Do not let him get a good ball in. That's a great ball, but it's straight at Pickford. Oh my God, I just had a mini heart attack. Oh, is that... He's just taken out the back of his leg. Bogle's injured. Is it a yellow or is it going to be red? Okay, it's just a yellow. I thought because the way he turned around, I thought that could have been a red. I'm just going to try putting this one in the box here. Whoa, what the... Oh my God. Okay, we didn't need to do that. Oh my God, is that a second yellow for him? That's the same guy. That's a red card. He's taken out Elliott. What? How is that not a card? Nah, this referee, that's match fixing. That's the same guy. How is that not a second yellow? I genuinely have like a mission now to get this Herald guy sent off. You. Oh, I hope that hasn't got me a red card. This referee's been really lenient because I thought that might have been a red card, honestly. Oh my, this passing play is the maddest tiki-taka. We're just lucky Sane missed that shot completely. Bodies everywhere. Come on, lads. Drive in with Sukic. Nice ball there. Great ball there. Bang! Come on! NDI's got a brace in the final. Oh my God, what a ball that was. The defense separated. We drilled that one in there from Humlan. kill man, and we double our advantage. I've got to say, that was one of the weirder first halves that we've had in rebuild history. Sane, laying that one off there. Good block from Camo. Every time I'm driving down here, I want to try skill and past this Herald guy. I want him to try catching like a weird glance or something. Come on. Oh, he doesn't take the bait. Bogle against Herald. Come on, dive in. Oh, I'm trying to put him on a swivel. Oh, we're just destroying him. I'm trying to get him to commit a foul, and he's just getting skinned. Oh, he troll almost slid. Come on, mate. I'm just literally spamming buttons right now, trying to get him to dive in. Come on. I don't want this game to end. Oh, we've just rainbow flicked him. Oh my god, that would have been such a sick ending. We've dominated possession in this second half. I've literally just been trying to get the red card. I'm going to go for a shot here. Harvey Elliott green beams. It's cleared off the line, but they have run out of time, and we have completed the Sheffield United realistic rebuild. This was a slog, ladies and gentlemen. This was one of the harder and weirder rebuilds we have done in a long time, but we've done it. Harry Maguire is going to retire a Champions League winner, and it's going to be our right back, our captain, our starting player from day one, Jaden Bogle, that is going to lift the Champions League trophy and crown the Blades champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed today's realistic rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.